I've always been an artist. My dad was an artist, and that was what I wanted to be when I grew up. I was always into whatever I could get myself into. And I was in Girl Scouts. My best friend's mother was the troop leader, and she was very crafty. And I was very lucky to be brought into a stained glass studio at a very young age. My best friend and I were able to make some pieces in stained glass. That was my first experience with stained glass. My father did some stained glass when he was young. He was an artist. He ended up being a very accomplished wood craftsman and furniture craftsman. And the way he got started doing that was he apprenticed at a stained glass studio and had to make frames and cabinetry to hold the stained glass. My dad means a lot to me. He died when I was a junior in college. As I got older, I was starting to have this great relationship with this inspiring artist who is also my dad. I don't know, maybe that had something to do with it, that history of him having learned it, and it was something I didn't know, and I want to know everything. I am a constant art class taker. I teach, but I also constantly want to learn. I'm constantly looking for a new technique to learn. And I had done stained glass in the past, knew that I couldn't do it at the present without taking a class. So I Googled stained glass studios, Northwest Indiana, and came up with the cracked glass. So within 3 months of taking my first class here, I had been interested in owning the business. So that's what happened. And that's how I ended up teaching stained glass. Yeah, I just took to it really quickly, and learning about stained glass and the different properties of glass came really easily to me. Once I decided to buy into the business, I was thrust into teaching. I realized that I love teaching. I think that's so important, and I feel like building confidence in students is so much more important than telling them what they're doing wrong. So I like people to leave here feeling their self-esteem is raised and that they're part of a family. And this place to me has become my family. All of these students are my cousins, hanging out and making awesome stuff. A few years ago, the Humane Society of Indiana, which is now known as Humane Indiana, had a project called All You Need Is Love. They had a sculptor design about 4-foot tall fiberglass owls. To raise money, they sold them and let people go crazy and decorate this owl however they wanted to. We decided to do a mosaic because it's glass. It's a glass studio. So our piece is titled Wing It. Students would volunteer to come in and fill in these areas with these, chips of glass. They also sometimes would want to contribute their own little design into it. So we have a few peace signs and hearts and little things like that that are attached to it that just came from the minds of the students. I think everyone wants a little bit of magic and mystery in their lives. You may understand the science of light refraction, but your brain just sees it and says, wow. It's something that has a magical feel. There's so much you can do with imagery with stained glass. You can memorialize a loved one, a pet, celebrate a person, and do it in a way that is really eye-catching and unique.